We're on to part 5 of the NetHack overexplained series, and we are at Medusa's Island. I think I stopped here, sort of pointed out some of the dangers here, and then decided to stop for the night. So I wanted to talk a little bit about scare tools. So we don't actually have a scare tool, but I think that would actually change my strategy here on Medusa's Island. So taking a look at my inventory here. A scare tool would be something like a bugle or a leather drum, or a tooled horn. Those would be considered scare tools. Let's actually bring up the wiki here for a minute and show you a couple of these. So, yeah, for instance, the bugle. So the effect of applying a bugle and improvising with it allows you to scare nearby monsters. So same thing with a tooled horn, and it's resisted by monsters' magic resistance. So largely, a lot of the most dangerous things are not immune to the scare monster effect of a bugle. So let's take a look at some of the things here that are dangerous. So first, we have a bunch of electric eels. I think I talked about that last time, how dangerous electric eels are, and they have a magic resistance of 0. We have a Jabberwocky here. So Jabberwock. They actually have a magic resistance of 50, so less likely to be able to scare the Jabberwock away with a scare tool, although it is possible. Yeah, Zorn here. Zorn's got a magic resistance of 20, so they're likely to be scared by the scare tool. So a lot of things here. The winged gargoyle we could look at. Again, magic resistance of 0. So that's a very dangerous creature that if we had a scare tool, we could scare it away. Azurudi, I think, again, magic resistance of 0. So a very strong melee creature that we could scare away if we had a scare tool. So my thought about this level, and we're going to go ahead and go ahead and look around here. So we've got electric eels over here. We have the Zorn over here. We have the Zerudi and Jabberwock over here. If we had a scare tool, so a bugle or a leather drum or a tooled horn, I would feel more comfortable about trying to levitate across the water here and fight Medusa that way. But because we don't have a scare tool, I'm going to show you the other way, which I usually deal with Medusa's Island. And there's actually a couple reasons why you might do that. We are levitating, so we're going to go across that water there. You hear a distant howling, just means we levitated over a magic trap here. Distant howling doesn't do anything. But if we let's remove our towel for a second here, you can see the magic trap is right here below us. So let's say you came up the stairs here and you looked around and you saw that there was the Titan here and it wasn't peaceful. Let's say if this was an angry Titan. So this was, if this was not a peaceful Titan. So what you can do, and we're going to use this strategy, is you can actually just dig down through the Medusa level. You can skip it in effect, and then you can come back up from the upstairs from the level below and deal with Medusa that way. So it's good to know that strategy because you can often become overwhelmed by the Titan, even if you do have magic resistance, which we do not. We actually do not have magic resistance or reflection here. You can actually just get overwhelmed by the monsters that the Titan would summon. That can be very dangerous. So it's good to know that if you have a wand of digging in your inventory, I believe we do. Like we have wanted digging with 4 charges here. You just zap it down and create a hole and then fall through to the next level and just skip this level. So you don't have to worry about levitating across the water with the electric eels. You can escape from an angry titan, all that good stuff. I'm actually going to add scare tool here to the list of mid-game goals because I do think it's that important. And you're not guaranteed to get one. I mean, you're not guaranteed to get any of this stuff, but so scare tool, so it'd be a bugle, tooled horn, drum. We'll just say bugle, drum, etc. Just keep it short. So that's one thing we're going to look for, and there are going to be places where we should be able to pick up a bugle, if nothing else, pretty shortly. So we're going to go ahead and do the dig through the Medusa level strategy here. So we can just move down, and you can't zap on the stairs. You have to zap on a floor. Zap, question mark. You want to zap the eye, the wand of digging. And then for direction, just do the shift period, the greater than symbol to dig a hole through the floor. The only reason why we didn't fall through right away is because we're still wearing our ring of levitation. So we're levitating over a hole. If I hit the colon here, you can see there's a hole beneath us. So we can go ahead and shift R, remove the ring of levitation, and then we'll float gently to the floor and then fall through. So now we're on the level below Medusa. One thing which I would suggest you do immediately, just so you don't forget, is go and annotate this level. So again, that's the hash mark annotate, and we're just going to call Medusa up. And the reason for that is sometimes if I don't go back up and deal with Medusa right away, let's say if I don't have a blindfold or a source of reflection, and I leave Medusa for later, often you'll just forget which floor Medusa is on, and then you'll go up the stairs immediately, meet Medusa's gaze, and that's the end of your game. As it is, there's stairs right here in this very room. So let me go ahead and just scope out this floor with telepathy. So we have a leprechaun hall, and then this is probably an incubus or succubus. Let's take a look. It's an incubus. So we can go ahead and deal with Medusa right away. And to deal with Medusa, you need one of two things. You either need reflection. So either you found the amulet of reflection at the end of Sokoban or otherwise, or you found a shield of reflection, or silver dragon scales, or you have a blindfold. If you have a blindfold, you can safely fight Medusa as well. So we're going to go ahead and put our blindfold back on. So capital P and then T is my towel. And that will allow us to go back up these stairs and start to fight Medusa without getting turned to stone. So I'm going to shift less than, go up here. And one thing you can do is just check if you're on the stairs or not. So you can do that with a colon here. Feel what's lying on the floor. You feel no objects here. So actually, Medusa is on the stairs. So that's going to change the strategy of the situation a little bit because she can actually run down the stairs. I think there's I don't know if it's a 50-50 chance, but sometimes you end up on the stairs and sometimes the monster who is on the stairs ends up on the stairs. So we got bumped off. We're actually standing next to the stairs and we're going to have to fight Medusa and potentially chase her back down. So we can go ahead and swing Excalibur at her. She's not terribly dangerous in melee combat, so you can fight her as long as you don't get turned to stone. So again, we got taken about 6 points of damage so far with a few rounds of combat here. Let me just double check that I'm wielding Excalibur, and I am. All right, and we kill Medusa. So now that we've killed Medusa, we can safely take off our blindfold. So remove that. Let's see, here's Medusa's corpse, and there's a statue of a knight named Perseus as well, and there's also the staircase down. So these, on this version of Medusa's island, there's those three things are all together. Medusa, the stairs and Perseus, the statue of a knight named Perseus, are all in the same spot. And we can actually look at a couple of the other layouts of Medusa's Island. I'm not sure if I showed these last time, but there's a few different variants. Okay, so there's so this one, first version, it's like similar to the one that we're on. Medusa is on the downstairs with the Perseus. There are giant eels on this version. This is the one which we got. So there's the Titan. There is, interesting enough, this is they show a trap here. I don't know if it's, oh, this is a guaranteed magic trap. That's interesting, actually, that there's this magic trap that we found is actually guaranteed and not just a randomly spawned. There's a secret door here, another secret door there, and Medusa's here on the downstairs. Here's a third version. There's tons of ravens here on this floor. Ravens will blind you, so they actually peck your eyes and will blind you. And interestingly enough, you could potentially use the ravens if you didn't have any other way of blinding yourself. You could potentially use the ravens to blind you, although it's very temporary and it would be a little bit risky because you could regain your vision when fighting Medusa. But I think it's randomly, the downstairs are randomly in one of these 3 islands. And you're not sure which one. And then the 4th version is like this. There's a sleeping yellow dragon, and I think there's actually some baby dragons here as well. And yeah, and Perseus is in different locations. So like on this one, there's downstairs are going to be in one of these rooms, and then the Perseus is going to be in another one, a different one. So another thing to point out about all these Medusa levels is they're all guaranteed to be traversable with boots of jumping. So if you do have bunch boots of jumping, you should be able to navigate this level just with the boots of jumping. So you can go sort of like across. So you can basically jump 2 spaces with the boots of jumping. So work it out, but it's a little bit of a puzzle game how you can get from the downstairs to the upstairs just using jumping. Looks like you can go across here. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's actually solutions, and I believe they got added to at least the comments, if not the wiki in general. They're in the discussion, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but all of these are guaranteed to be traversable with boots of jumping. You just need to figure out what the path would be. So, we got this one, this version of Medusa's Island, and the statue of a knight named Perseus is on the downstairs. So we're going to go ahead and break that statue. So we can actually pick up Medusa here. Do not eat Medusa's corpse. It's deadly if you eat it. So that is would be a bad idea, even with poison resistance. You do not want to eat Medusa's corpse. I'm going to drop her over here, pick her up, and drop her off the stairs so we can actually break the statue. So then now there's this @ symbol here is the statue Perseus. And let's make sure we have our pickaxe out. We do. So we're going to A, apply, or P, pickaxe. And we're going to dig in 6 in the right direction towards Perseus, the statue. And then we shatter it. So Perseus has a variety of things. And actually we got 3 out of the 4 of the things that Perseus is likely to have. I'm going to go to the wiki here and just show you the percentages. So there's a 75% chance of there are 2 versions. Okay. Right, this is a little bit complicated because it depends on the version of Medusa's island. But let's just say there's a probable chance that you're going to find a cursed +0 shield of reflection. That's the polished silver shield. It always has this description, so it's easy to identify. So you're lucky we got that. There's a chance that you get levitation boots, pair of combat boots. So these are guaranteed to be levitation boots. There's a chance of a blessed +2 scimitar, which we did get. And then there's a chance of a sack, which we didn't get. So if you don't already have a bag of some sort, you can find a sack here, and also you can use this space to identify a sack if you haven't already identified that type of container. We got lucky here. We're going to go ahead and pick up both the combat boots and the silver shield. It's going to make us a little burden, but so let's go ahead and call. So we're going to Shift C, call the type of an object in the inventory, O, question mark. We're going to call the combat boots N, levitation. So we know that those are boots of levitation. And then also we know that they're cursed. So we can go ahead and Shift C, call. And now we want to call a particular object in the inventory, just that one pair of boots. So I, question mark. And we're going to call those the N, boots of levitation. We'll call them cursed, just to keep that straight. So now we know that those boots, they're called levitation and they're named cursed. We could also call the polished silver shield cursed because we know that's cursed as well. So Shift C, I, question mark, W, polished silver shield. We'll call this cursed as well. But this is a source of reflection, which is very important. We are going to lose a couple points of AC here. If it's a +0 polished silver shield, it gives us 2 AC. Our uncursed small +3 small shield gives us 4 points of AC. So by switching out the small shield to the polished silver shield, we'll probably lose 2 points of AC. But the addition of reflection or getting an item that gives us reflection is definitely worth it. So we're going to go ahead and take off that uncursed small shield. We're going to wear the polished silver shield named cursed. And indeed, yeah, we lost 2 points of AC, but we have a reflection. We can drop this small shield at this point. So we mark that off here. Actually, we can mark it off in both places. We got reflection. And then over here in our mid-game goals, we found a source of reflection. So I'm going to actually mark that off as well right here. So we're just missing magic resistance and a scare tool. Really, I think that's pretty much it for our mid-game goals here. Boots of levitation are interesting. They actually are pretty useful. If we didn't have a ring of levitation, they'd be critical. So they'd let us float back across the water to the stairs on Medusa's island. We do have a ring of levitation. The boots of levitation are still good. And one reason for that is the electric eels, like we have on this level, will have a chance to destroy rings in your inventory. If they wrap around you and they give you an electric shock, they may destroy your inventory. And if they destroy your ring of levitation while you're wearing it, and you're over a water square without any land adjacent to it, you will actually fall into the water and drown, and it's a source of instant death. So boots are a little better than a ring of levitation for that reason. These are cursed, but let's go ahead and get unburdened here. I'm going to apply our bag of holding, put it in a bunch of stuff here if I can. Put away this gold, and we'll put away the boots of levitation. Put away this scroll of teleportation. Anything else? The wand of light, we can put that away. And because we don't need these magic markers in our open inventory either. So that can all go into our bag of holding. And let's see, our movements are now unencumbered. So that worked out. So let's go ahead and continue down. I think we'll deal with getting back across the water on our way back up when we should be better prepared to deal with everything. So we're going to go ahead and hit the greater than symbol to go back down the stairs. And we'll start exploring this level. We don't have magic resistance, which is still an issue. If we hit a polymorph trap, we could potentially lose our armor. Um, so not much to do about that, though. We just sort of have to keep exploring. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 5. We have auto dig on, which is not a terrible thing to have, but we did accidentally dig through that wall. I'm going to go ahead and wield Excalibur, though, to prevent that from happening. I do suggest using the auto travel or fast travel instead of manually moving around as much as possible, just to avoid bumping into things which you don't mean to bump into. So we can apply our key here to unlock that door. And it looks like a dark room, so we're going to go ahead and apply our lamp. And we'll go ahead and look here. Scroll of Earth, and there's a food ration. And we found the downstairs as well. I'll apply our bag of holding, put in, see what we have here. Food ration, Scroll of Earth. Yeah, that makes us unencumbered. I think we're pretty close to the encumbrance limit here. We found a smoky potion. I believe I did talk about smoky potions before. We don't know what smoky potions are yet, but blessed or smoky potions have a chance of containing a djinn or a genie, and they have a chance of giving you a wish, and that chance is the best if the smoky potion is blessed, rather. So if you can bless the smoky potions and there's something which you can drink safely, then it's worthwhile to bless a stack of them and drink them, because then you're like, you might get a wish. All right, so I think I can drop all these darts and shurikens potentially now that we have reflection and Molnir as well. So I can go ahead and drop these darts, shuriken. Let's see if there's anything else we can put the smoky potion in our bag of holding. So apply our bag of holding. We're going to put in, just try and get unburdened here. Put away our cheap plastic imitation of the Amulet of Yendor. Don't really need that. Smoky potion. I guess we'll put away the rings here. Wand of striking. That should do it. And the touchstone. Those can all go away. There we go. So that makes us unencumbered. And I'll finish exploring this level here. Turn a lamp off. And again, I'm just going to do N10S to search. Put our light back on. And just take a look at what this statue is here. It's a statue of a cockatrice. So I'm not going to step over it. If you step on it, there is a chance that it will. Oh, you see, we just searched and found it. Found a cockatrice posing as a statue. So I think we talked about this before. We should be pretty safe fighting this because we have a lizard corpse. So even if we do start to turn to stone, we can eat that acidic corpse and become limber again. So I'm going to go ahead and fight this thing. Kill it. It does drop a corpse, which is interesting. Could potentially pick that corpse up. Let me just see if do I have. Yes, I do have leather gloves that are being worn. So you want to double check that you're always wearing leather gloves. So we could pick this up, and we could potentially actually use this. Bring it down with us. If the castle is on the next level, then potentially this cockatrice corpse would be something we could use to fight through the castle, which could be really handy. I think it will make us burdened. Actually, no, it doesn't make us burdened, so that's good. So it's going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and go down the stairs now. So we can do underscore greater than period fast travel to the stairs. We're gonna head on down. And it looks like indeed we did find the castle. So I'm gonna capital P, put on the towel, and let's take a look at what we have here. So you start off in a labyrinth. And so this is the first place that you're likely to find what I think is a minotaur. So this brown H here, it indeed is a minotaur. So that's, I would say, I'm gonna call this a late game danger, just because minotaurs are dangerous in melee, pretty much till the end of the game. They do about the most damage of anything. So just go ahead and copy this here. Paste it down here. We're going to create a section here. We'll call it late game dangers. So here we have Minotaur. And then I'm just going to say high damage, no 0 magic resistance. So they do a lot of damage, but they have no magic resistance. So they are susceptible to things like Wands of Sleep. Scare tools work on them. So they're, and there's another thing which we should put here, which is that they're, I'll put it down here, immune to Elbereth. So Minotaurs are one of the few things which do not respect Elbereth. So you can't engrave Elbereth to scare away a Minotaur. You can use a scare tool to scare them away because they have 0 magic resistance, but you can't scare them by writing Elbereth. I'm actually going to put sea monsters here. It's actually just a few sea monsters. So let's put eels, electric eels, kraken. And they drowned you. So, and I'll put them, they're a various semicolons. And the Minotaur is going to be a brown, capital H. Yeah, so these are, sea monsters are going to be dangerous till the end. You do have to be careful about them. But they generally, I think they all have 0 magic resistance as well. So they are susceptible to a scare tool. So if you have a horn, you can scare them away pretty easily. Let's take a look at what we have here. What else we have here? So we have a wraith. Potentially we could use that wraith to gain an experience level, which would be very nice. The castle level counts as a graveyard. So that means corpses are less likely to be dropped. So if you really want to maximize the chance of getting a wraith on the castle level to drop a corpse, you should lure that wraith up to the previous level. So bring them to the stairs. They will follow you up the stairs to bring them up to the next level and kill them there. So we have various sea monsters here, all the semicolons. There are sharks. Sharks do not drown you, but they do a lot of damage. I think they do something like something on the order of D20 damage. Let's take a look. 5d6 actually. So that's 5 to 30 damage. So they do quite a bit of damage. You have to watch out for that, particularly if your AC is not great. So we have a bunch of soldiers. So all the at signs are various soldiers. You have giant eels. Same problem. They may giant eel may drown you, so you have to be careful about that. This is a lieutenant. More soldiers. There's sergeants, and this blue one here is a captain. Captains are the most powerful of the soldier types. So you have to be very careful about captains. I don't know why there's a giant ant here instead of a soldier. I thought these barracks were guaranteed to be full of soldiers, but something in the algorithm made a giant ant appear here instead. Maybe I don't think monsters quaff potions of polymorph. So I don't know why that would be anything but a giant ant. We have a purple L here. I think we talked about that before. There was a chameleon that had turned into a lich of some sort. But now we have a purple lich. So this is a master lich. And this is sort of an interesting point in the game here, because the purple liches, the master liches, the arch liches will teleport to you. And we don't have magic resistance. So this could be quite dangerous, or just annoying. Master liches, I believe, do have a touch of death, but it might have to do with the level they're generated on. Let's take a look. Okay, so first they have a cold attack, which is going to do no damage to us because we are a Valkyrie. We started with cold resistance. We're going to be immune to it. They have a 90 MR magic resistance, so we're not going to be able to use wands on it very easily. Okay, they could teleport to the player, then upstairs to heal and back again. Master Liches at their base level cannot cast the Touch of Death. If your experience level and/or the dungeon level is high enough, they'll be generated with the ability to cast that spell. So, unhelpfully, it doesn't say what that level is. I believe that Master Liches you find at the castle level are not gonna be high enough level to cast the Touch of Death, but I'm not actually sure about that. We should probably figure this out because it's going to determine whether or not we want to stay here and fight it. Welcome, Moth points out it's not even a soldier ant. That's right, it's just a plain ant. It should be a soldier ant, being in the barracks and all. Now, I wish one of the players who would know this were in chat right now. I'm actually going to just ask in Discord off screen here quick. Because I am curious, and I think it's a nice thing to know. So what is the level? Let's see, dungeon level plus XP level sum at which Master Liches cast a Touch of Death. We'll see if someone answers. But in the meantime, we can continue looking around here. There are rust monsters here. They're pretty annoying. I think our equipment is largely rust proof at this point. There are multiple trolls who are also very annoying and potentially dangerous. They often spawn with pole arms. Red Naga breathes fire. Frost giants. There are a couple other normal liches here. I'm less concerned about them. They're likely to curse our stuff, but not going to cast the Touch of Death. And there's a rock troll, which is a more powerful version of a normal troll. So quite a lot here. There's also dragons. They're stuck in closets here. So there's an orange dragon, a black dragon. Black dragons they will breathe a blast of disintegration. So if you don't have reflection, they can be very, very dangerous. Fortunately, we did pick up reflection from Perseus, so we should be able to handle that. Orange dragons have sleep gas. Again, we have reflection, so that wouldn't be too much of a problem. If we don't have sleep resistance, we can also get it from the orange dragon. I think we picked it up by eating an elf, though. Yeah, we do have sleep resistance. There's actually 2 black dragons here. And then there's a yellow dragon as well. I believe yellow dragons breathe acid. In any case, all their breath weapons will be reflected by our shield of reflection, so less dangerous. So yeah, I'm sort of curious, a little scared of and curious about this Master Lich. Um, just whether it's going to teleport to us and cast that touch of death on us right away, or if maybe we're at low enough level that that would not happen. You know, what we can do is actually take a look here at the source code. And I'm not expecting you to do this, but we can actually do this. Unfortunately, there's no line numbers. Um, Actually, I don't think it's going to tell us here, because these descriptions, I don't think they really tell you at what level the different abilities come into play. So I guess that's not really going to help us. So I think we would go back up for a minute here, while we decide whether we want to fight that Master Lich. Looks like there's a kobold wizard over there. Not a big deal. Go ahead and fight those leprechauns in the leprechaun hall. There's that incubus. Actually gonna, it seems like it's asleep. Throw, so we are playing 3.6 here, so we could let it do its seduction attack against us. Let's throw Molnir at it. I gotta wield it, throw it. It's too heavy. Oh, you can't throw it at all if you don't have 25 strength. I actually didn't know that. That's interesting. So what I thought happened is that Molnir would only return to you if you didn't have 25 strength, but it looks like you can't throw it at all if you don't have 25 strength, which is not something I knew. You can wield Excalibur, though. I might actually just leave Molnir somewhere. Let's actually take a look at this box here and do untrap on it a couple times, and then we'll loot it. We'll leave the spellbook, take the Scroll of Earth. For now, I'll just shove Molnir into our bag of holding. They say that the priesthood are especially favored by the gods. I don't think that's actually true. All right, we'll go ahead and let the Incubus get off a seduction attack here. Because I think well, the only thing is, it would be if I was right, we're protected against everything. All right, so we got plus Constitution. We have to put our armor back on here. I think the last time we tried that, we lost a level because we were not wielding Excalibur at the time. Apply the lamp here. So there are the leprechauns. So all we have to do here is whenever we pick up gold, we need to go ahead and put it into our bag of holding so that the leprechauns don't teleport away. So A, apply, B, bag of holding, in, and then B for coins, and then comma, enter. Still fast. Scroll of Scare Monster. Interesting. We can see if we can pick this up. Oh, we already picked it up. So actually, I don't have any. So some people will configure their auto pickup so that they won't pick up Scare Monster scrolls automatically. But I don't have that for this playthrough. I don't have that set up. So we actually were able to pick it up. So Scrolls of Scare Monster will lose a level of blessedness. So if they're blessed, they become uncursed. If they're uncursed, they become cursed every time you pick them up. And then when they're cursed and you pick them up, they will turn to dust. I think that's just a little bit of a simplification, but that's largely how they work. We can actually use this Scroll of Scare Monster to potentially protect us against the touch of death from the Master Lich. It won't protect us against summon nasties, though. So the Master Lich may be scared away and then just summon a bunch of things, which would be also pretty bad. But at least we won't get killed instantly by a touch of death. Generally, ideally, you have magic resistance before you get to this point, but we have not found the source of it. Okay, so that's the Leprechaun Hall dealt with. Here's the Incubus. Kill it. Kobold Shaman. Trap this lamp. Looks like the Leprechaun left. So I'm not actually getting a message on Discord about what level these Master Liches cast the Touch of Death. I'm just looking to see if it says on the castle section of the wiki whether the liches are likely to cast the Touch of Death or not. Semic, welcome. So we do have intrinsic stealth. The Valkyrie actually starts with it. Yeah. Intrinsic stealth is level 1 for Valkyrie. So Valkyries start with both cold resistance and intrinsic stealth, which is really very strong. Hey, American Elm, welcome. Yeah, so that allowed us to just say kill those leprechauns one at a time without waking them all up, which is very helpful. And it's one reason why Excalibur is better than Mjolnir, because Mjolnir will actually make noise every time it strikes with lightning, and it'll wake up all those sleeping creatures. So I'm being very cautious here. I don't want to end, have this playthrough end here. Just, oh, I have the Cockatrice Corpse too. I kind of forgot about that. I don't know how much longer we have for that Cockatrice Corpse. I actually should have probably stayed down there and just used it. So it hasn't rotted away yet. I'm going to apply our bag of holding. I'm going to take out our scrolls here. I'm going to take out our Scroll of Scare Monster. We're going to go down and drop that Scroll of Scare Monster and then let the Lich come to us. So Gordian Tangle's guesses the sum is 21. which would mean that we're definitely past that for sure. Um, I have this vague recollection of Luxy Dream saying that you're safe at the castle level for from the touch of death, but I've also been killed by um, I've also been killed by the touch of death at the castle level. So it definitely has happened to me before. I think we're going to be safe here. What we'll actually do is we're going to go down. We're going to drop that Scroll of Scare monster. We're going to put on our towel just so we can see what's going on here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and wield the cockatrice corpse. So again, double checking that you're wearing leather gloves. And then I'm going to wield capital C here. So wield capital C. And there comes the Master Lich. And we can't see it because we're wearing our blindfold, but we should be safe because we're on this Scroll of Scare monster. And now we should be able to swing this cockatrice corpse at it. And if we hit, yep, and we destroy it. Now if I remove Shift R, remove that blindfold, you can see that there is a statue of the Master Lich right there. And we can use the same thing against the Minotaur as well, at least as long as the corpse doesn't rot away. Now, don't walk around wielding the cockatrice corpse. So, I guess this is a time to talk about like ways that you can die from having a cockatrice corpse. If it's unwielded and just in your inventory, it's perfectly safe. There's nothing that you can do that will kill you unless you like accidentally eat it or something. But if you have it in your hand and you're walking around, if you fall in a pit trap, the cockatrice corpse will fall on top of you. You turn to stone automatically. If you are burdened and you go down the stairs and fall down the stairs, cockatrice corpse will fall on you. You're turned to stone, die instantly. If you are levitating with a cockatrice corpse and you levitate over a sink, there's an Easter egg where, because it's called a sink, it causes you to sink. You're levitating and you actually and if you levitate over a sink, you fall. And if you're holding a cockatrice corpse, you will die. Those are 3 ways I can think of right now. But that's certainly not the only ways that you can get killed. Just wielding it and then having an incubus or a succubus, depending on your character's gender, comes and does a seduction attack against you. If they remove your gloves and you're still wielding the cockatrice corpse, you'll be turned to stone automatically. Kentucky Fried Cockatrice, yes. So you can levitate and wield a cockatrice corpse safely. So that is one thing you can do. In fact, I might do that here just so we can get over to the Minotaur potentially and deal with it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll put on our Ring of Levitation. And now we should be able to go over towards that Minotaur. So here we have a human mummy. We can hit it with a cockatrice corpse and turn it to stone. And we'll start floating over. I guess we don't want to turn actually the Wraith probably can't turn to stone anyway. We can try and lure the Wraith back here though. Actually, this might not work. With the Scroll of Scare monster, I think the Wraith is not going to follow us. We can try, we'll float up the stairs here. Yeah, the Wraith is not going to follow us up, unfortunately. So let's, I'm going to wield Excalibur here just to make sure we're not going to do anything silly. And we'll go back down the stairs. And then we get auto pickup. So this Scroll of Scare monster actually goes away because it turns to dust as we pick it up. It sort of did its job though. We could have turned auto pickup up before we went back down with the Shift 2 or the @ symbol. And that would have been the preferred thing to do there. So we didn't lose that Scroll of Scare monster. But I didn't think of it, and we picked it up, and it was obviously already cursed because it turned to dust. All right, so we're currently wielding Excalibur. So let's go ahead and we'll walk over this way. Actually, maybe we can get the Wraith to follow us up now. It's not currently running away from us. Looks like it might still be running away. So there's the Minotaur. I'm going to step back. I'm going to wield the Cockatrice corpse here. Oh, and then it rots away. Okay. So now we have to decide if we can take on this Minotaur. Now, we could try and take it on with melee, but let me just show you. There is a article here on damage, or damage reduction, actually. And they actually use the Minotaur as an as the example here. So we have close to AC -10 here. And the mean damage per round is 23 points of damage. And, there's some chance they could do up to 40 points of damage per round. Yeah, so they can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, but they have a 0 magic resistance. So what I actually would suggest doing here, we have reflection, because we're wearing the polished silver shield, and we have this wand called curved, which is sleep or death. So when we engraved with this wand, the monster stopped moving. So we're going to go ahead and zap this at the Minotaur, because it's either sleep, in which case the Minotaur will be put to sleep and we can kill it while it's sleeping, or it's death, in which case we can kill the Minotaur outright. So we'll zap capital O. So Z, capital O, and we're going to in the right direction, and hit Control P just to see what happened here. The sleep ray hits the Minotaur, the sleep ray hits the Minotaur. So it bounced and it hit him twice. So now we can, while it's sleeping, go ahead and double checking that we're not wielding Excalibur. So we'll wield Excalibur, and we'll go ahead and just hit the Minotaur, and it doesn't attack us back. So it turns to flee, and here goes. Minotaur hits, the Minotaur hits, the Minotaur butts. So it did 42 points of damage to us in one turn. So that's how dangerous it is. So in fact, we might want to use another charge of sleep here. Let me just swing one more time, because it was running away, so it should be fairly low on HP. And indeed, we were able to kill it. And now I'm going to actually back off and let this Wraith follow us. We'll see if we can't take it up the stairs now. So we'll bring it back to the stairs. We'll go up a level. It follows us, touches you. We do have Excalibur, so the level drain won't affect us. And we can go ahead and kill it here. And we destroy it. It doesn't drop a body, but it did drop a scroll of teleportation. And go back down, and let's go over to... so the Minotaur seemed to have dropped something. Minotaurs are very likely to drop Wands of Digging. So if you don't have Wands of Digging, once you start seeing Minotaurs, you're going to get a lot of them. So let's go ahead and finish exploring this labyrinth here. We're looking for a way to get to the castle. I might just have to dig through here. So go sort of toward the middle here. I'll apply our pickaxe. We'll dig in this direction. And there we go. We found our way through. Let's go and wield Excalibur again. Now, we don't know how many charges this Wand of Sleep has left. We used 2 so far. And some players will actually suggest that you name wands based on the number of charges that you have used. So you can use the CI trick. We're going to name that Wand of Sleep O -2. We know we've used at least 2 charges. So if you look at wands, different types of wands start with a different numbers of charges. All right, starting charges for sleep. It's right here. So between 4 and 8. So we think we have between 2 and 6 charges left on the wand of sleep. And that's important to know in this particular situation because there's these eels right here. There's one eel here. There's another eel here. And they have their drowning attack. We don't have a scare tool or any other way to prevent the eels from drowning us. So having a wand to sleep with at least one charge could save our life here. Yeah, so this is the castle, castle level. I'm not even sure I explained this very well, but it's surrounded by a moat. There's a drawbridge. Let's actually go to the here distant zap. So something zapping wands here. We can go to the castle and show the map here. All right, so here's the full map of the castle. All right, so the castle is surrounded by a moat. There's no way to get through this area here, of water, without levitation or water walking. There's a drawbridge that's closed, and there's a few ways you can either destroy or open it, which I'll talk about. There's a back door, but even if you get through the back door, there's trap doors here that will drop you down to the Valley of the Dead. And there are these closets which are guaranteed to have dragons, and they're guarding 4 storerooms with gems, food, weapons, and armor. There's another secret door, so you can get into sort of the main area through the back door if you can levitate. We're actually going to do a few different things here, assuming I can do so safely, just to show you various ways that you can approach the castle. And we're going to talk about the drawbridge first. So to get through the drawbridge, you're going to need one of a few different things. You can use a wand of opening. It's sort of the rarest way to deal with it. A wand of striking will destroy the drawbridge. And then in combination with one of these boulders, you can actually push the boulder into the moat and fill it up and make a path into the castle that way. And then there's a tonal instrument. So I think I put that on our list here of things that you're looking for in the mid-game, a tonal instrument. And I'm going to show you why that's so powerful and so useful now. We could actually kill the eels from the distance as well, and that seems like a pretty reasonable thing to do. So if we have some wands here, we do have like a wand of lightning, which is capital H. We can actually bounce that off the wall here. See if we can get a sort of line of sight on these eels. So Lich casts a spell that makes the monsters aware of our presence. All right, so now we have line of sight with that eel. So let's go ahead and zap our wand of lightning, zap capital H, and we're going to zap it against the wall there and kill that giant eel. We can do the same thing with the other one. This is just being extra safe. We do have that wand of sleep, so we could potentially have done this without. I'm going to zap capital H in that direction. We only hit it once because it didn't bounce off the wall, so we'll have to zap it again. And we kill the giant eel. So now those giant eels are gone. There are 2 other giant eels, but they're all the way over here. So until they come all the way around, we should be safe from them. We do have to watch out about damage, that 5d6 damage from these sharks, though. So how to use a tonal instrument to open the drawbridge. Let's remove our towel. And you have to stand a knight's move away from the drawbridge. That means either this spot or this spot. Those are the only safe spots to open the drawbridge in. If you're directly in front of it, the drawbridge can open or fall and actually crush you. So you don't want to be a knight's move away from the drawbridge right here. And when you're on this space or this space, you can actually apply your tonal instrument. So we have where is it? The wooden flute. Right now it's capital A. I'm going to change that. I'm going to adjust it. Capital A, we're going to adjust it to H. which is normally where I have my horn or my bugle, is capital H. Hey, Andrea. I had a question for you earlier, Andrea, which is, do you know what level, combination of XP level and dungeon level at which purple liches, master liches, start casting the touch of death? I was trying to look that up and I couldn't find it. So we're going to go ahead and use this wooden flute. We're going to apply H, and we're going to say no to improvise, and we're going to play a tune here. So there's 5 notes, A to G. There's no sharps or flats here. And we can start by just playing A 5 times here. I have a pretty simple strategy, which is, I'm sure there are better strategies. You can actually use online solvers for this. It's a puzzle game, and I'll explain how it works in a second here. You extract a strange sound from the wooden flute. You hear 1 gear turn. So you're going to hear a certain number of gears turn or gears grind. And gears turn mean you have 1 letter which is in the right place. And gears grinding means you have a correct letter, but it's in the wrong place. But because we did 5 A's there, now we know there's 1 A in one of the 5 positions. So now that we know that there's 1 A in one of the 5 positions, we can apply it again. And we do, let's do all B's. Let's see if there's any B's here. All right, so there are 2 B's. So now that we know there's 1 A and 2 B's, so that leaves us with 2 unknowns in terms of letters. Let's apply H, and we'll do C's. And it just says you extract a strange sound from the wooden flute. So now that we know there are no C's. And now you can do, this is just the very simplest strategy here, but we can find out where the A is now by applying H, and we're going to do A, C, 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 C. So is the A in the first position? We hear 1 tumbler click, so that means, sorry, I think I said gears grind, but it's actually tumbler click is the sound clue for correct letter, wrong place. So the liches need to be level 21 to cast Touch of Death. Yeah, so arch liches, I gotcha, okay. Andrea says that arch liches will have the touch of death, but master liches will need to level up a few times in order to cast a touch of death. Interesting, okay. So potentially we were safe from that master lich, but I still think using the cockatrice corpse was the safest thing to do. All right, so the A is not in the first position. So now let's see if it's in the second position. So we know there's no C's. All right, so now we have a shark attacking us. So it did, I don't know, on the order of 16 points of damage to us. We can go ahead and fight it. We can always step back and zap it too. But let's see if we can't kill this thing. 56. All right, we were able to kill it without losing too much AC there. I just check the third position here. And we'll do CC, tumbler click, CCCAC. So it's probably the last position, unless I missed it. No, I guess it was it the second one? I think it was before I killed the shark. Yeah, okay. So it's the second position. So now we know that the second position is the A. So we keep track of that here. We know it's X, A, X, X, X. So we know that the A is in the second position. And now we can figure out what 2 positions that the B's are in. So we can do AH, no, and we could do, let's try B, A, B, C, C. So we've got one of the two B's. So now let's try B, A, C, B, C. And we got all three of them. So we know now that it goes BA something, B something. And now we just need to figure out what the third and the fifth position are. So we can check out D next. So apply H, no. So B, A, D, B, D. Still no D's. So same thing with E's. So B, A, E, B, E. No E's. E, A, F, B, F. All right, so there's one F and one G. I guess we kind of knew that that was the case at that point. Or there could have been two Fs. So now we have to figure out if the G is in the third or the fifth position. So B, A, F, B, G. And that was the correct one. So now we've actually guessed it, and the game will actually just they won't require you to type this every time. But you see the drawbridge coming down. So now that we know the passcode for the drawbridge, we can. Hey, I am the cleric. Welcome. Yeah, I missed that. I think the shark attacked me, and I just missed that B was the second position. So now that we know the code, we can actually use the drawbridge as a weapon here. Anything which is on the drawbridge will get crushed when the drawbridge comes up, and things which are in the water will drown. So we can go ahead and apply H or say no, and it will ask you to play the pass tune because we've figured it out. We're going to say yes. You see a drawbridge going up. The soldier is crushed by the falling portcullis. You kill the soldier. Earth Elemental disappears behind the drawbridge. So Earth Elementals and Zorns pass straight through solid materials, so they will not be able to be killed by the drawbridge. But all the soldiers and liches and everything else will be able to be killed by the drawbridge. So it's going to make your life a lot easier crushing things with it. I'm going to go ahead and attack the Earth Elemental because we have to kill it the old-fashioned way. Attack it again. It did some damage to us there. I don't know if we were still low from the shark or not, but we're down to about half health here. I'm going to go and use the drawbridge again. Kill the red naga. And we'll open it again. And we'll attack this Earth Elemental. Yeah, 43, so it did 6 points of damage to us. We killed it. And now we have a Zorn next to us. Let's go ahead and use the drawbridge again. And we're going to kill that soldier. And then the Zorn's going to go back. So another strategy is just to go back to the stairs here. Go up to the previous level. And rest here. I'm actually going to annotate this level. And just remove that Medusa annotation. Shark attacks are quite distracting, yes. So we're going to go ahead and N99S here, and it's going to rest until we get to full health. We can go back down, and we can go back to the drawbridge, being attacked by sharks again. Apply H, no for improvise, yes for pass tune. And again, just making sure that you're always a knight's move away from the drawbridge there. Here comes a troll, very annoying to kill, but easy with a drawbridge. So again, AH, no, yes, and we crush the troll. So we're going to do that same thing again and again. And here comes an air elemental. So this is a fairly dangerous thing. I'm going to actually use the drawbridge again, not because it's not going to kill the air elemental, but at least will prevent other things from coming out while I'm fighting this air elemental. So apply H, no, yes. And we get engulfed by the air elemental. Air elementals are the fastest creature, or among the fastest creatures. It did 10 points of damage to us in the first round. I think we can kill it. We also have a Wand of Sleep as well. Let's go ahead and attack it here. As we're down to down 15 points, 16 points. Yeah, let's go ahead and zap it with our Wand of Sleep here. Oh, missed it. We're just down 20 points, so we can go ahead and fight this thing. Get engulfed again. All right, we killed it. Actually, was not that bad. The air elementals you'll find at the end of the game in the plane of air are much stronger. All right, I can actually call that Wand of Sleep. This is something I don't normally do, but I'm gonna call it -3. So now we know there's between 1 and 4, 1 and 3 charges, I think. Apply H, no, yes, and we'll open that drawbridge up, start to let these out. That's just a normal, I don't know, gnome zombie or something. All right, so we're just crushing things. AH, no, yes. I'll start fighting this Zorn. They do a lot of damage as well. So you just have to watch your HP here. We're able to kill it. And so now we have I think this is a giant zombie next to us. Let's take a look. And giant zombies do a lot of damage as well, but they are crushable. So apply H, no, yes. And the giant zombie disappears behind the drawbridge. So see that some of the soldiers will fall in the moat and their stuff will rust. Well, there's that ant. And we'll do the same thing here. We're going to go and crush that rust monster so it can't rust our stuff. Giant ant falls in the moat. You do actually get 8 XP for this as well. So this is a great way to get some experience points. And will get us closer to the XP that we need to go on the quest. Here's that shark again. Go ahead and fight it. Killed it. Oh, it touches you. You're covered in frost. So that is a lich right there. All right, so it actually tried to curse our inventory, but Excalibur resisted, so I think we're okay. It cursed our Wand of Lightning. We should be able to kill it here. Again, we'll use the drawbridge. I believe the lich fell into the water there. We can go and put our towel on, because that was an invisible lich. And I don't see any liches anymore, so looks like we did kill the last lich there. So we can remove our towel, and we'll open this up again and kill the rest of these things. So we just got up to XP level 12, killing that captain. Now, one disadvantage of doing it this way is you're losing out on any loot they might have had. But the benefit just definitely outweighs the negative here. Oh, okay, hang on. So you see we're down to 28 HP here. So let's look here. That was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He hit 3 times that last turn. And 4 times actually. He brought us down from pretty much close to full HP down to 28. So we can go ahead and use the drawbridge though here. And that will kill these soldiers and also bring the Zorn back behind the drawbridge. And they can't go past the water, so you're actually safe here. But now that we're down to 28 HP, we're going to go ahead and go back to the stairs, and we'll heal up. Yeah, so Zorns are pretty nasty. Oh, we have to eat here. We eat this cram ration, and then we heal up to full. All right, we can go back down. I should take a look at Zorns. I wouldn't put them on the list of late game dangers, but so they do only D3, 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 but their bite is 46. I might have actually gotten a little unlucky there. I think like 3 bites in a row all hit. So that was probably more damage than I was expected to take with a -9 AC. We can open this up again. Continue crushing creatures. And I'm just very quickly here doing AH and Y. Kill this shark. That wasn't too bad. Oh, here comes a giant eel. All right, so you want to just be very careful about the messages here. We do have a Wand of Sleep, which has at least 1 charge in it. To be perfectly safe, we should probably kill this thing from range. Put on our towel, and so we could use the Cursed Wand of Lightning, but Cursed Wands have a 1% chance of exploding when you zap them. So that's actually not perfectly safe. That's not that safe either. I don't think I have other wands in my bag here, do I? We have a Wand of Striking. I like to use those for destroying boulders and other things. Yeah, so we don't have anything else. Guess we could just try and fight this thing. And I think we'll be safe with our Wand of Sleep here. Okay, so there's the attempt there of the attack, the giant eel's attack, brushing against your leg. You should be very careful here. So we kill it. All right. I feel like there might be some non-zero chance that they could get 2 attacks and actually wrap around you and drown you in the same turn. But I think that's fairly rare. But to be perfectly safe, you probably shouldn't fight them in melee at all. All right, so remove our towel. There's some undead there as well. So that's everything nearby. Just fight the Zorn. Hopefully it goes better than it did last time. Yeah, we were able to kill it. I think these other soldiers are sleeping, but I'm not actually sure if they are or not. There are still this troll here that's going to be annoying, and these giants are, well, they're probably fine. So you have to be really careful here about stepping onto these spaces, because if there's a soldier in line of sight and they zap a Wand of Striking, it could potentially cause the destroy the drawbridge, and if it falls on you, that's an insta death. So I always like to look here and make sure there's nothing nearby that might have a wand and zap it at you. We're gonna fight the Zorn also. Looks like we're got a couple hits here. Yeah, we're able to kill it, no problem. We have reflection too, which makes fighting the soldiers a lot safer. Soldiers are very likely to generate with wands, including wands of death and other nasty things. So, Andrea says you can throw the Trill corpse into the moat, which is a great idea. I'm going to put my talon again. Looks like these are awake. So it looks like they all did wake up. I think they woke up because the Archlich or Master Lich or one of the Liches cast a spell of Detect Monster, which made all the soldiers aware of her presence. So we can go ahead and kill this Longworm. And go through here. We can start fighting these soldiers. I think we do have to be careful here. Okay, is that a crystal wand is a wand of fire. So we want to kill that and pick that wand of fire up if we can. Particularly the, you don't want to get surrounded, and careful about the lieutenants and the captains for sure. Because we have reflection, the offensive wands may actually help us out here. You wouldn't want to fight soldiers in this way if you didn't have reflection. But with reflection, if they zap attack wands at you, they'll bounce off and kill other soldiers as well. All right, here's some sergeants. And sergeants are likely to have a bugle, so that would be a good source of a scare tool. Here's a lieutenant, so it's going to be a first challenge here. Longsword. I just did a few points of damage to us. Down about 18 points. Are you able to kill a lieutenant? I think a captain would be the thing that I would be worried about the most here. Although that sergeant definitely did some damage. I'm actually going to step onto this pile of stuff because I see a potion there. I don't want the soldiers to pick up potions of healing or other things. So I'm looking here at what they dropped. It's a bunch of armor. If you didn't have gloves already, you could pick up a pair of leather gloves here, which is very handy. There are C rations and K rations. I think I already showed in a previous episode, I think I showed comestibles. Or it's actually the nutrition article. There's a maybe it is comestibles. There's a table, which is interesting. If you're trying to maximize your nutrition to weight ratio, and look here, they have a way to just sort it by nutrition to weight. So you'll see that K rations have the same nutrition to weight ratio as a food ration, and they actually have a much higher nutrition to time ratio because it takes only one turn to eat a K ration. So they're a very efficient food, both in terms of weight and also in terms of like getting nutrition quickly. So generally, I'll pick up the K rations and start to replace our food rations with them. There was also a blindfold here. So if we didn't already have one, that would be a good. We'll step back to the doorway and we'll fight the soldiers in the doorway here. We're close to half health here. So there's another wand of sleep. So those soldiers got put to sleep. I'm actually going to step out here so we can potentially kill the soldiers while they're asleep and maybe get that wand of sleep before they use up all the charges. Yeah, I don't like being surrounded here, though. Maybe we can do it. Let's keep an eye on my HP here. All right, so there's the wand of sleep. I'm down to 48. Okay, so the white potion evaporates, this burns. So that means if it burns, that means it's a potion of acid. Potions of acid are interesting. They can be used defensively, but that's not really the primary use for them. They're also good because you can drink them to uh, reverse the effect of being petrified. So if you're starting to turn to stone, you can drink a potion of acid. If you're a monk and you're trying to maintain the vegetarian or vegan conduct, then that could actually come in handy. You get the wand to sleep. And I'm going to try and get back into the doorway here. We did take some damage here. And down to 38, 37, 27. Be very careful here. Down to 21. And maybe we actually zap sleep here. We just picked up another wand of sleep. We think it's a -1, actually. We can actually call it. We saw the soldier zap it once. We can zap the other one. So zap O. And that will let us fight these things. We could actually just hit S a few times. And wait for the soldier to wake up again. Heal up a little bit. Yes, we're up to 42. Hey, non-major nerd, welcome. Good to see you. We're back up to half health here. Let's go ahead and continue killing these soldiers. We have a sergeant to fight. All right, no problem. So I just wouldn't get overconfident here. Anything that wields weapons has the potential to do a lot of damage. Feel an unseen monster, so something invisible here. Not actually sure what it is. I think it might be an invisible stalker based on the amount of damage it's doing. Wand of digging. And take a look at the corpses. Yeah, so there's a stalker corpse here. Some invisible stalkers are can be pretty dangerous. 44 damage, so no joke. And there's a bugle here, so we just got a scare tool. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm actually gonna pick up these K rations as well, if I can carry them. Looks like I will be burdened, but we can drop now. We can drop the flute because we don't need that anymore, and we can also put away a bunch of stuff. We'll put away these gold pieces, put away all the food, scrolls, the potion, these rings, excess wands of digging. And hopefully that will make us unburdened. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put our blindfold on for a second. And let's take a look at what we have here. Looks like we're down to a sergeant. There's no more captains, which is good. And there's some frost giants, which could be dangerous. And there's that rock troll as well. All right. I think we do want to go heal up here. All right, we're able to kill the frost giant. Then there's a wolf. I think we go back. So be a little careful here because there's the whole if a soldier follows you with a wand of striking, they could potentially zap it and destroy this drawbridge as you're crossing over. But it looks like they all stayed back here. So we can go through here safely. And we'll go back up. And we'll do another N99S. Looks like there's some sort of a rat there. I'm assuming this dwarf lord is peaceful. Okay, full health. Back down we go. To be really, really safe here, again, I'm just going to scope it out. Don't see any soldiers nearby, so we can go across the drawbridge. And the frost giant's picking up a bunch of stuff from the pile there. And they're throwing boulders. So giants will also pick up and throw boulders. It's one of the reasons why a wand of striking is so useful. So I just did 20 points of damage to us there. So definitely soldiers or giants with weapons are no joke. I really kill or make it flee. Let's go back. Half health. Yeah, just remember that, you can take your time. It's a turn-based game. Just because you're excited about getting to a certain part of the game doesn't mean you have to. Yeah, so that frost giant has a wand of striking. So that could be dangerous in combination with the drawbridge. Oh, we got a message there. Frost giant drinks a potion called magenta object detection ? The frost giant is suddenly moving faster. So I think that was auto ID'd for us. We hit the / key here. Look at our discovery list. And we have a potion of speed called magenta object detection ? So that one was something we saw Nymph have, which is why we named it like that. And but it's actually not object detection. So I think that means that Milky is object detection. So it's good to know. I killed that soldier. All right, so I think we're at the point where we want to back up here. And fight these things. I did at 26 HP, so I'm actually going to back off here. And I got to remember that the frost giants, at least one of the frost giants has a wand of striking, so I'm not going to go across that drawbridge right now. I might use another charge of sleep here as well. I'll go here and I'll zap. We'll try the O wand again. I think it's at -4 at least. Or we can put that to sleep and kill it. That one didn't have the wand of striking. Here, I'll do the record keeping here. So I think that's at -4. It might even be -5 at this point. So now that we have these boulders, we can actually use the pickaxe to destroy these. And we can wield Excalibur again. And doesn't look like there's anything too interesting there. The other thing to keep in mind, though, we have this bugle. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust the bugle, which is capital X to H. And with the exception of the soldiers, these other things with a low magic resistance can be scared by the bugle. So we can actually go in and start using the bugle here. So that the frost giant turns to flee. You hear the rattle of battle gear being readied, so that we just alerted any soldiers that were not already woken up. I think they mostly were. The frost giant turns to flee, the black naga turns to flee, the rock troll turns to flee. So we scared all these monsters away. So that's one way to turn or turn the tides in our favor here. So there's a throne here. I think we talked about thrones and throne wishes. But we are going to want to sit on that throne and try and get a wish here at some point. So I'm just going to try and keep the monsters scared of me, so I'm not fighting them all at the same time. And we'll go ahead and clear out the rest of the barracks. All right, so these barracks are abandoned. There's boxes here. I guess we can untrap them. The worst case is it will actually destroy our rings or wands. Some gold. There's some sort of scroll. We don't know what it is. A potion of water. We don't know what it is. Let's put away all this stuff. And scroll there. I'm just unlocking and looting this chest. And I don't think there's anything here we care about. Oh, hexagonal wand is magic missiles. So that's just a basic damage wand. It has some uses in terms of magic missiles will not damage inventory, whereas other wands often will damage potions or scrolls, or so it does have that use. Just backing up here, making sure we're fighting these one at a time. I'm going to use the bugle again, and we're going to make that rock troll run away. We're currently blinded, so we can take this moment to look at what's around here. Looks like we're down to the rock troll, one soldier. Looks like there's actually 4 soldiers down here, but the soldiers up here came out because this door got destroyed. Giants will actually destroy doors, so probably a frost giant destroyed that door. We can kill this soldier. And then we can use our unicorn horn to restore our sight. And there's a K ration here. I think I am burdened, so let's take care of that. Put away these K rations, this scroll. Wand of fire, wand of magic missiles is fine. All right. So the most exciting thing about the castle is that there is a guaranteed wand of wishing in the castle. It's going to be in one of these 4 rooms on the corners. So one of these 4 rooms is going to have a chest. It's going to be random. Roughly, it's the even chances for each 4. But one of these 4 rooms will have a chest, and in that chest there's guaranteed to be a wand of wishing, which is very, very strong. And we'll talk about wishes once we get there. I'm going to check the upper rooms first. So there's nothing in here. Nothing in there. So it's got to be in the bottom rooms. So this is an ochre jelly, and they are pretty dangerous because they have a passive attack that can do a lot of damage. So yeah, their passive is 3d6 acid, which you'll almost never have resistance to. They also can engulf and cover you with slime as well. They're reasonably dangerous. Probably worth using one of our attack wands on it, to be honest. I'm going to back up. Let's take out... let's take out our wand of magic missiles here and start zapping it at the ochre jelly. Zap J. So it's empty. So I only had a few charges. We can actually call I, J, call empty, just so we know that, and we'll drop it. We've damaged it, so let's see if we can't kill it now. And we can kill it. Or we're weak from hunger. I'm going to go ahead and use the bugle again just to scare that rock troll away. And let's go ahead and eat something. Let's eat, we'll eat a food ration. And we'll go down to this door here. It's locked. All right. Soldier zaps a wand of striking, which misses us. And step off to the side just so it doesn't, the soldier doesn't waste as many charges. Our set's a wand of striking with which is down to 2 charges. Nothing of interest there. It's that acid again. K ration we pick up. Let's go kill these soldiers. Another K ration. And nothing there. It looks like the wand of wishing is in the last room that we checked. All right, so the rock troll did do 19 points of damage to us there in a single round. I'm gonna go and scare it away because even if we do kill it, it'll come back. Actually, close this door. We can lock it as well. To keep us mostly safe, at least for now. And then before I step onto that square, I'm going to turn off auto pickup because there is a guaranteed scroll of Scare Monster here, and we will pick it up automatically with auto pickup. So it's going to be a cursed scroll of Scare Monster, and there's going to be a guaranteed permanent Elbereth as well. So we apply our key. This chest is going to be locked, and we can loot it. And there's a glass wand. So you can capital C, call, O. I'm going to call that glass wand wishing. So now we have a wand of wishing. So let's take a look at what we know in terms of scrolls here. You know, Stinking Cloud, we know Earth, Teleportation, Scare Monster, Create Monster, Enchant Armor, Identify, and we know, let's see, this Fenord is going to be Remove Curse or Enchant Weapon, I think. We have not yet identified a scroll of charging. So if you find the Wand of Wishing and you've not yet identified a scroll of charging, then your first wish should be for a scroll of charging. So Wand of Wishing, the Wand of Wishing will generate with between 1 and 3 wishes. And you're never sure. I mean, it's randomly between 1 and 3. But you can recharge it once, back up to 3 charges. So if it has 1 charge in it, you can get a total of 4 charges. If it has 2, you'll get 5. If it's 3, you get a total of 6 wishes. But if you don't have charging and it only has 1 wish, and then you use it, and then it only had 1 wish, you won't be able to recharge it, and you won't be able to get at those other wishes. So your first wish should be for scrolls of charging, blessed scrolls of charging. There's some debate about whether you should wish for 2 or 3, because if you wish for 3, there's a 50% chance that you get 3, and there's a 50% chance you get 1. If you wish for 2, there's a 66% chance you get 2, and then there's a 1 in 3 chance you get 1. So actually here it shows the average. Actually, it's actually telling me here that you should wish for 3 or 4, because your expected average is higher than 2 or 5. I usually wish for 2, just because I'd rather get the higher chance of getting 2 than just get 1. But I guess maybe this is telling me that I should probably be wishing for 3. I really care about maximizing my overall quantity of scrolls here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to zap V. Let me wish for an object. And we're going to wish for 3 blessed scrolls of charging. And we got 3. So it did pay off this time. So now we can capital C call O. And we'll call those 3 scrolls. We'll call them charging. We also know they're blessed, so we can capital C call I X blessed. All right, so now we just name them that, so we know that we know what they are. We know that these 3 are blessed. Now there's some danger that you'll accidentally rest your wand of wishing. So you have between 1 and 3 wishes. And then if you zap it when it's empty, there's like a 1% chance that you're going to rest it, which means you're going to get one more wish out of it when it's empty, but that will destroy it and you'll lose out on 3 wishes. So ideally you identify the number of charges you have before you use it. Let's see if we have an identify scroll here. So we have a couple Uncur scrolls of identify. So let's take those out. Oh, actually, we did have looks like we did have a scroll of charging, a couple of scrolls of charging already. So probably a better strategy here would have been to identify all of our unknown scrolls before using that wish on charging, because we already had it. So we probably should have tried to identify or get a full ID identify before we used that wish up. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can't ID the remaining scrolls here. And we also want to identify, well, I guess we identify this cursed amulet. I'm not so worried about potions right now. It's kind of a lower priority. But rings, we care about rings. And we want to see how many charges we have in this magic marker as well. All right, so we're able to remove all those things. How much holy water do we have? So we have 3 blessed potions of water. Let's take 1 out. We're going to go to bless our 2 scrolls of identify here. So I'll dip Y into capital W. All right, so we bless the scrolls of identify. We can take out more things just in case we get a lucky full ID of our inventory. And I guess I will see what smoky potions are. I am curious if there's something good. I feel like I already took a tiger eye ring out. I also see how many charges we have on our various wands. So like these wands of digging, we could see. And then I think we can take out some potions too. All right, so that's the maximum that we can carry. So let's go ahead and see if we can identify some things here. All right, so we want to identify unknown scrolls first. So we have an uncursed scroll of enchant weapon. Got a little unlucky there. Okay, read the other one. All right, now I want to identify, let's identify the wand of wishing. Okay, so it was 0, 0, so I think it's good that we identified it because it was a 1-0, means it had one charge. So there's some chance we would have rested the wand and destroyed it before we were able to charge it. Kind of want to identify my magic marker, but we'll actually identify these other scrolls here. Food detection, confused monster, and magic mapping is useful. Hey, welcome. Sartan Dragonbane. So, fortunately, we did not get a full ID of everything. We do have one more scroll of identify we could potentially bless, which might be worthwhile, just given. And we also have 2 magic markers. Like we got lucky finding magic markers just randomly. So you could write identify as well, although it's sort of a kind of a waste of charges of magic markers. But we do want to recharge our Wand of Wishing. So we have our, where are they? 3 blessed scrolls of charging. So let's read one of those. We'll read X. And we want to charge the 0-0 Wand of Wishing, V. And you'll see now that it says Wand of Wishing 1:3. So the number on the right is how many charges it has left. And the number on the right is the number of charges it has. And the number on the left is how many times it's been charged. So different wands can be charged a different number of times before they are destroyed. Wands of Wishing can only ever be charged once. So these are the last 3 charges that we can get out of this wand. And then we can try and wrest one final wish out of it, which will destroy the wand. So we can get a total of 4 more wishes out of this wand, including the one wish that we got before, is for a total of 5, which is the fewest number of wishes that you can get. Yep, wished for scrolls of charging. Although I'm sort of regretting it because it turned out I had some scrolls of charging unidentified in our inventory. So potentially we could have used a scroll of identify and just figured that out and saved the wish. But yeah, so I'm sort of tempted to use another holy water here to bless this scroll of identify. See if we can't identify some more scrolls. Do have quite a few potions of water. So we don't really use up all our holy water. We can use one more here. And we'll dip the, where is it? Dip this scroll of identify into the blessed potion of water. And now it's a blessed scroll of identify. So you can read that again. Still no full ID here. Let's figure out what these last unID'd scrolls are. So, and we just get 1 again. So getting unlucky here, but it's a blessed scroll of fire. Yeah, so we didn't identify the other very powerful scroll that we want to identify, which is a scroll of genocide. Put my towel on again. So we have 4 dragons here, 2 black dragons, an orange dragon, and a yellow dragon, but there are no gray dragons. A gray dragon is really what we're looking for in order to provide us with the last piece of our Ascension kit here, which is magic resistance. So that's, of all these things that we're trying to get, magic resistance is the one thing we don't have, and gray dragon scale mail is really what we're looking for there. We did find a scare tool here. So you could wish for gray dragon scale mail directly, but more efficient than that is going to be to write a scroll of genocide. Right? But unfortunately, we don't have it identified, so we can't write a scroll of genocide. So I think we may have talked about genocide before. Did I maybe genocide something? I don't remember. It's in my notes. No, Mindtown Watch is mad at us. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think this is from a different game. Because we had Orktown actually this game. So I didn't keep any. I don't think I kept notes about genociding anything. But so a scroll of genocide will kill a uncursed scroll of genocide will remove one specific monster type from the game. So you kill all minotaurs, for instance. Probably don't want to do that, but you could genocide minotaurs, and then all minotaurs would be gone. A blessed scroll of genocide will get rid of all monsters of a single class. So that would be a letter or symbol type. So you could do all capital H's, which would get rid of minotaurs plus giants plus Ettins. A curse scroll of genocide will actually summon 4 to 6 of whatever you're trying to genocide around you. So you can use a curse scroll of genocide to get a bunch of, for instance, gray dragons to appear around you, and you can actually fight them and potentially get gray dragon scales that way. So for a second wish, I'm going to actually wish for scrolls of genocide here. I think I'll actually wish for curse scrolls of genocide because I think they're more useful immediately and for this period of game than blessed ones. Also, we can more easily uncurse and bless scrolls than we can curse scrolls. I don't think we have unholy water. Okay, we don't have unholy water as far as we know. So for a second wish, I'm going to zap that wand of wishing. We're going to wish for, again, we'll wish for 3 cursed scrolls of genocide. And again, we got 3 of them. And we're blind, so we didn't see what it was, but we can actually see here 3 scrolls labeled abracadabra. So capital C-O-G. Those are scrolls of genocide. Capital C-I-G, first. So definitely wishing for 3 has worked out for us this game. All right, so we have 3 cursed scrolls of genocide, and we can use it to summon a bunch of gray dragons around us to try and get some gray dragon scales. But to do this safely, I'm actually going to do, so we can fight from this square, the Elbereth square, but if we fight off of Elbereth, it's actually going to make the Elbereth disappear. I think what I'll do is I'll actually pick up this chest and drop it over here somewhere. Drop tools, drop this chest. Still burdened, huh? Let's actually put stuff away. I'll leave 1 scroll of genocide out. What else can put away? Money, amulets. I guess I'll put away some rings for now too. Okay. All right, unencumbered. And I was just doing that because I think I'm going to kick this scroll off of the Elbereth so we can use it without getting rid of it. So we can kick it off of Elbereth, and now we can stand on the Scare Monster scroll without, and fight off the Scare Monster scroll without destroying the Elbereth if we want that as well. Yeah, so now we are going to reverse genocide gray dragons off of this Scare Monster scroll. So we have reflection. Gray dragons will breathe magic missiles, which are not going to be dangerous to us because we have reflection. And dragons can do a lot of damage in melee, but because we're standing on a Scare Monster scroll, we should be totally fine. So I'm going to read the G, Scroll of Genocide named Cursed. And what monster do you want to genocide? We're going to do Gray Dragon. And it sends in some Gray Dragons. All right, so we should be able to fight them off of here. It only got 3. I think maybe because there are only 3 spaces around me, only 3 could have appeared, which is a little unfortunate in terms of our chances of getting Gray Dragon scales, but this should be perfectly safe because their breath can't hurt me and they won't attack me in melee because I'm standing on a Scare Monster scroll. And you'll notice that every time that the missiles hit me or another dragon, there's this like special effect here. If that annoys you, there actually is an option. Do Shift O. And we're looking for something called Sparkle. Here it is, K, Sparkle. So we're going to toggle that off. And that's going to make it so it's not going to pause the game every time that the dragons hit themselves with magic missiles. So we killed one. It only dropped a corpse, so unfortunately no scales there. Oh, so this dragon did drop something. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, just a wand of striking. We'll take it, but unfortunately not what we were looking for. So the dragon's doing a good deal of damage, some damage to us. We should probably fight it off of here. We could also use the bugle for this, to be honest. Oh, okay, so no luck. 3 dragons killed and no scales. So we have to use another one of our 3 scrolls here. Take out one more. Where is it? So 1B, pull out 1 Scroll of Genocide. And again, we'll read that. We'll try again. We got 4 this time, so looks like they can generate more than can stand right next to you, so that's good. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to step off of that, but that's fine. I killed that one. All right, see if we got lucky here. And yes, we got a set of Gray Dragon scales here. So pick that up. Now, do we know enchant armor? Yes, we do. Okay. So we know enchant armor. Do we have an enchant armor scroll? We have 2 uncursed scrolls of enchant armor. So let's take those out. We're going to need them. So right now we just have dragon scales. So you'll see here under armor, we have a set of Gray Dragon scales. So Gray Dragon scales will provide you with magic resistance, but they're not very good armor as is. So we need to turn the Gray Dragon scales into Gray Dragon scale mail. And to do that, we're going to use scrolls of enchant armor. I'll actually use a blessed scroll of enchant armor. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's make more holy water, because we're down to our last blessed potion of water here. So let's take out all of our water. And then you want to dip our uncursed potions of water into our blessed potion of water. So now we have 17 potions of holy water. So we can use 1 to dip our enchant armor scrolls into it. So we'll dip I into Y. So now we have 2 blessed enchant armor scrolls. I'm going to put away our other potions here. And then we want to take off everything, all of our armor, except for the scales. And drop the mithril coat. We don't need that anymore. We're going to have to uncurse the shield of reflection. Actually, I'm curious whether we have remove curse. I think we might have a remove curse here. I'm just looking here. These scrolls called Fenord 6080 have to be remove curse. So looking at our price ID app here, and looking at base price 60 and 80. 60 is an enchant weapon, but we've already ID'd that. And then base price 80 is either enchant armor or remove curse. We've already ID'd enchant armor, so this remaining scroll Fenord here has to be remove curse. So we can call G, capital C. Actually, I have to take it out, don't I? I'll take out this scroll called Fenord. Capital C, O, and where is it? J, remove curse. Now I was looking for remove curse because we want to uncurse the shield of reflection so we can take it off. If you're wearing cursed armor, you can't take it off. If we try and take off the shield, it says you can't, it is cursed. So we need to remove the curse. We could dip this in holy water to uncurse it. But instead of that, I think what we should do is use the potion of holy water to bless a scroll of remove curse, and then we can use the blessed scroll of remove curse will uncurse everything in your inventory. So we can take out items that we know are cursed here. Take out this amulet, the curse scroll of identify. We want to keep some cursed unlabeled scrolls because, as you've seen, having cursed scrolls can be very useful. We can use that to write cursed scrolls of genocide later if we need them. But the other things here, we might as well uncurse these rings and such. We can take all those out. We can also take out things we don't know if they're cursed or not, potentially. Actually, we know these boots of levitation are cursed, so let's take those out. I'll take out these other rings as well, because they might be cursed as too. So take all these things out, and then I'm going to take out one more potion of holy water. I dip our scroll of remove curse into the holy water. So now we have a blessed potion, blessed scroll called remove curse. So now we can read that, and it should uncurse everything in our inventory. So read capital J, and you feel like someone is helping you is the message you get. So now everything here is uncursed. Now you'll see that this is still red here. It says an uncursed +0 shield of reflection named cursed. So we named it cursed, but it's actually it's not actually cursed. So we can actually, same thing with the levitation. So we can name these and remove the cursed name. So N and W. So we'll name that. All right, so now they're no longer named cursed. And so now we can take off the shield of reflection. We'll take that off. And we're going to wear the Grey Dragon scales. So now the only thing being worn is the Grey Dragon scales. And now we can read this Blessed Scroll of Enchant Armor. So read capital I. Your set of Grey Dragon scales merges and hardens. So if you look here, now we have a +1 Grey Dragon scale mail. It also makes it blessed because we used a blessed Scroll of Enchant Armor. It becomes blessed and +1. And now we can wear the rest of our armor here. And we're down to negative 14 AC. And we have magic resistance from our armor. So we can mark that off. Mark it off in our goals here. Source of magic resistance. All right, so that's all of these goals are now done. And so the next thing we're going to do, so we've actually done all these things too. We've gotten everything from the previous list. We explored Medusa's island. Well, more or less, we've killed Medusa anyway, and we've explored the castle. So now we have to get to XP level 14 and then go on the quest. Those are the next two things to do. So we're at XP level 12. We need to get to 14. I think we have one potion of gain level. But I'll show you other ways you can get levels quickly as well. I'm actually going to stop for the night right now. I know it's been a kind of a short session, but I actually have family coming in from the airport, and I want to make sure I'm here to greet them. But we got quite a lot done. Next time we're going to we'll finish exploring the castle here. There's 4 storerooms here we'll explore. Then I'll show you another couple things we can do with reverse genocide in particular. Should help us be more survivable and get us to XP level 14. And then we'll be going on the quest. Probably all of that will happen next Wednesday when I continue this. So yeah, I apologize again for the sort of shorter session today, but I just have other things going on, and I will hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday, and we will continue where we left off.